Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters, O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 7th Adhyaya, Dnyaan Vidyaan Yoga, and today we are going to read the 21st Shloka that Sri Krishna is going to tell us about how different people, how they worship differently, and what happens to all those different types of worships. Now, previous few shlokas that we have read, Sri Krishna told us that people can uh, worship me with various motives, with various objectives, with various desires in their mind, like the artha and the jidnyasu and the artha-arthi, those in distress, those who have just kindled an interest in knowing me, who is Krishna, who is the ultimate, what is the ultimate reality. So those kind of the initial seekers, and then artha-arthi, those with some intention of gaining some material gains, something to be gained from the Lord, they start worshipping. And then jnani, the realized souls, they also worship me. And Sri Krishna had told us that the jnani is the ultimate. Jnani is the excel among all these kind of worshippers. And Sri Krishna says it is not so easy to get that right, attain that stage, that state of jnani. Many births, this jivatman has to undergo the cycles of life and death, till there is a final evolution to the stage of jnani, paramadhyani. And Sri Krishna says that's what happens. And then the jnani realizes that it is Vasudeva which is the only thing. And having described us this entire thing, then in the previous 20th shloka that we read, Sri Krishna told us, कामैस्तैस्तैर्हतज्ञानः प्रपद्यन्ते अन्यदेवतः तं तं नियममास्थाय प्रकृत्या नियतः स्वया. कामैः तैः हतज्ञानाम्. By whichever discrimination has that person has been laid by the discriminative faculty having lost, hatat jnana. These people who are kind of wandering in the dark, they start worshipping me in different forms, maybe in the lower forms. Not me as the eternal truth, not me as the ultimate divine being, but maybe they just start worshipping the smaller gods for that matter. Sri Krishna says there is also a hierarchy among the gods. Some gods who will give the material pleasures, some gods who will give the sensual pleasures maybe, and some gods which will give some miraculous powers to the aspirants. So Sri Krishna says, depending on the nature, these people, they are led by having deprived of the power of discrimination. Dnyaan, yes, thinking what is right and what is wrong, that thinking ability, it is just destroyed in these people. So with that kind of limited intelligence that is there, to gain the material gains, to gain the miraculous powers, to gain something of a lesser quality, of a lesser value for that matter, other than the realization. So all these people, they start worshipping lower gods depending on their nature, that their lower nature compels them to worship these lower gods. They are constrained by their own nature. Hmm? Now, what happens to such people? Sri Krishna now tells us in this 21st shloka. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktaḥ śhraddhayārchitum ichchhati tasya tasyāchalāṁ śhraddhāṁ tāmeva vidadhāmyaham. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktaḥ śhraddhayārchitum ichchhati. Whosoever, in whatever manner, that these devotees, these immature aspirants who are seeking such kind of gains, such kind of material gains, such kind of miraculous power, such kind of physical attainments, these people, yom yom yam yam tanum bhaktaḥam. Tanuṁ is whichever form these devotees, they start worshipping with shraddha. Śhraddhayārchitum ichchhati. You see, even these people, they have some kind of faith. Oh, let me have this. And then they start their worship of maybe those lower gods. Gods at the lower hierarchical level, who can give them candies, who can give them sweetmeats, and that kind of lower stuff. Not the Atma-jnana, not the Brahma-jnana, not the ultimate knowledge, the illumination, the enlightenment. But those petty things, these gods are capable of giving those petty things. But with shraddha, these devotees, these aspirants, they will start worshipping those gods. So Sri Krishna says, whatever form any devotee with shraddha wishes to worship, tasya tasyāchalāṁ śhraddhāṁ, tasyāchalāṁ śhraddhāṁ. To all that kind of achala, unshaken shraddha, with that unshaken shraddha, taṁ eva vidadhāmyaham. I only make that shraddha achala. I help them. I help these immature devotees, these amateurs for that matter. These are not the professionals. These are amateurs. They just want small tidbits. They don't want the ultimate gain. So Sri Krishna says, even for such people, I make their shraddha achala. I make their shraddha so firm, so steady. I am helping them. They might be worshipping the lower gods. No hassle, nothing wrong in that, because they are bound by their tendencies. Like in the 20th Shloka, Sri Krishna has told us that prakritya niyata svaya. They cannot. They have lost. They have got limited power of discrimination. That sat asat viveka buddhi. What is real? What is unreal? It is beyond their comprehension. So such people, driven by their tendencies, they will worship the lower gods. But then Sri Krishna says, when they worship such lower gods with shraddha, with faith, with full devotion, I make their shraddha, I make their faith very firm in what they are worshipping for. The faith towards those small gods. Whatever form any devotee with faith wishes to worship, I make that faith of his steady. I make that faith firm so that the aspirant can progress. Let him make some progress. Doesn't matter if he is not seeking the ultimate knowledge. Whatever he is seeking, let him seek it with the firm faith. And that faith, that shraddha, will ultimately help the same aspirant. May not be in this life, maybe after many lives, but that faith, that shraddha, which is given as a boon by Sri Krishna, given as a boon by the ultimate reality, that shraddha will lead this aspirant towards the final goal. Then he will cross over that boundary of begging for smaller things. He will cross over that boundary. Instead of begging for smaller things, then with this firm shraddha, with this steady shraddha, that aspirant, that very aspirant, maybe after many more births, he will ultimately yearn to gain the final knowledge. What is the ultimate reality? Why should I be seeking all these insignificant riches? Why should I be seeking these insignificant powers? That is not my ultimate objective. My ultimate objective is to gain the Brahmajnana, the Atmajnana, to know what is the ultimate reality. And Sri Krishna says that let them start propitiating the lower gods with shraddha. And it is I who help them making their shraddha, making their faith steady, firm, and that cannot be shaken. That unshaken faith, I only give them. With that faith, they can ultimately reach their goal. Children are very particular to have sweet meats shaped to their likings. Remember those crackers we used to get of different animal sizes, shapes. The owl and the tiger, elephant. And as children, we used to get so fascinated by all those different animal-shaped crackers and biscuits. I am eating lion. That kind of, oh, I am eating elephant. My owl. I still remember those owl-shaped biscuits among those animal crackers. Now, God is like that. God is like that cracker maker. Cracker maker provides all those biscuits, sweetmeats in various shapes of the liking of children. And they get thrilled when they see these sweetmeats in so many different shapes, so many different animal shapes. God is like that. Fine. You don't want the good day biscuit? You take these animal crackers. Enjoy the verity that I am going to give you. These people, they are still not matured to attain to the ultimate reality. So what Krishna does, what the Divine Lord does, He gives them the deities of lesser values for that matter. Some deity, some god can give him the miraculous powers like knowing what is happening in someone's mind, or maybe give them some kind of physical gains, material gains. So these kind of lower forms of gods also Krishna has created through from within him. And Sri Krishna says that shraddha towards such gods also I provide. The confectioner supplies them sweets according to their tastes. Okay, this man has started worshipping me to earn money. Let him start worshipping. Let his faith be so strong that his strong faith will drive him to get what he wants, to get what he desires. Let him be happy with that. But that faith has to be strong. With shaken faith, no one can get anything in this life, even if it is of a lower nature. Even to get things of a lower nature, one needs faith, one needs shraddha, one needs devotion. The way of the Lord is more generous than such kind of a sweet maker who gives the animal crackers to the children. The way of Lord is much greater. Why only crackers? You even have gods of different, hierarchical levels. His grace descends suited to the attainments of individuals. The worship of little gods is not altogether erroneous or sinful, as some theologians would think about. It is but a stepping stone to the adoration of the Almighty. Even worshipping smaller gods for material gains, some kind of worship is better than no worship at all. A little amount of shraddha, a little amount of faith in something is always better than remaining faithless or with a shaken faith. Today I start something with faith in my mind, this will happen. Tomorrow that doesn't happen, my faith goes awry. It just vanishes, my faith. My faith get destroyed like anything. I have been worshipping for this, I haven't got. This God is fake. Where is that faith? So Sri Krishna says that one should do it with faith. Whichever God, whatever prayer you pray to earn anything, with any desire, have strong faith in that. Make that faith unshaken. And Sri Krishna says, if a devotee has some faith, I then help him make that faith unshaken. I make that faith absolutely steady and firm. Achalam shraddha. So the Lord therefore provides the ways and means for the ordinary people to evolve stage by stage in their paths of devotion. So a step forward, Sri Ramakrishna used to say, you take one step towards God, God will take 10 steps forward towards you. You develop some faith. May not be immediately, we need not have aspirations to suddenly have all that kind of Brahma Dnyana, Atma Dnyana, the self-realization, the ultimate truth. No. Maybe let us start our journey with a simple faith. Let me have with a prayer, let me have devotion. I am not able to cognize the formless entity of the Lord. So, let me start worshipping God with form. Let me start worshipping the Saguna Brahman with performing all his Leela, the Divine Mother performing all her Leela in that human form or whichever form. Let me have that. If I kindle 1% of faith in me, God is there to make that 1% faith into 100% faith. God says, just develop something instead of being a dud, instead of being a jada, instead of being a stone. Develop some kind of aspiration. Maybe aspiration for money, aspiration for riches, aspiration for name, and all those things. But have firm faith in your desires, have firm faith in your aspirations towards that deity, whichever deity you are worshipping. I will do the needful for you. That assurance Sri Krishna has given in this 21st shloka, that, and earlier also Sri Krishna has told us. Earlier in the fourth adhyaya of Sri Krishna has told us that ye yatha mam prapadyante tas tathaiva bhajamyaham. Whoever worships me in with whichever intention, with I provide their I answer those prayers accordingly. So whatever way one starts the worship with shraddha, that is important. Sri Krishna says, once you start worshipping some deity, some god, with whatever intention, ye yathamam prapadyante, in whichever form, Sri Krishna is not rigid, you must worship me in this form only. This is the standard operating procedure. Sri Krishna says, whichever form, with whichever intention, you start worshipping me with shraddha. That is the main clause. And then Sri Krishna says, once we have that shraddha, I will make that shraddha so unshaken, so firm, so steady, that the aspirant will ultimately go get into the position of having the ultimate knowledge. So that was Sri Krishna's teaching to us in this 21st shloka of the Dnyana Vidyaan Yoga 7th adhyay of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swamiji.